Sometimes Tourettes are gonna happen. Alright, so let me take you back to a time when it was probably about my junior year of high school. And I had a buddy of mine who has Tourette's. Still does. Not as bad as it used to be. And straight up, it's probably because weed cures everything, for fuck's sake. I mean, from when he did zero drugs to alcohol, any of that shit, he was ticking like crazy. And then, years of smoking weed, he says that he only gets like ticks every once in a while, man. Like, crazy. So, he never really had the verbal shit, like where he was cussing and screaming and all types of shit. It was more physical tics, right? Like, so, shoulder twitch, the arm would jump up, his wrist would come up and like above his head, like twitches like that. A little odd, right? Like, so it was just like, boom, even while driving, he'd be there and then, he'd be driving and fucking twitch and then we'd all get scared and almost shit our pants while he was fucking driving. He's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And he'd be like, well, let's get a fucking ride from somebody else. And they're like, all right, true. You're right. I'll just ignore the half second of possible death, whatever though, right? That's cool. So we had this one teacher named Mr. Bird, and I don't know your first name, but it's Mr. Bird. He was a fucking Algebra 2 teacher. Probably the worst fucking teacher of all time. I'm not even bullshitting. The worst fucking teacher of all time. And if anybody would ever say anything different, you're a fucking piece of shit and you're lying. So this old man never failed, dude. Teaching probably one of the harder math, courses in school, in public education, whatever, right? So in math, he would just literally be in the middle of a fucking lesson and break off and talk about history. Like, anything history that had to do with math. And you're like, I get it. You're passionate about fucking math. You're passionate about mathematical history. But if you're teaching somebody how to fucking do math, you think you might want to hold off on the fucking history lesson for a little bit? Like, what sense does that fucking make, man? Either way. So we're talking about all semester. I'm failing. And I'm not even failing that bad. I'm failing with like a 68, 65, like, because I'm getting so close to learning shit. And this goes on the entire fucking semester where he would just go into a lesson and just break off about the fucking Greeks, break off about how the Romans, break off about certain individuals. I remember Rene Descartes in particular, Pythagoras, all them people like that who had to have some major impact on math, right? Cool. So, as I'm telling you, I'm just like, dude, at one point, this is already towards the end of the year where them last couple fucking points for me to pass and not go to summer school are really pressing me. I'm like, yo, I need to get these last couple of points on my grade, get my grade up so I don't have to go to fucking summer school, right? I'm trying to pass. I want to get the fuck out of here. I'm not trying to do summer school. And it's already the last couple weeks where it's pressing, man. Like, the testing is coming up. So we gotta get tested and shit. And it's like, this test count because I gotta fucking pass, right? And it's starting to wear on me. And it's starting to wear on most of the class, even though I think I'm one of the few people that's vocal about it. So one day, we're literally going through the whole bullshit. Well, you do PEMDAS here and this and that and the other. And once you get this is how you find the Y. You gotta find the Y to get to the X. And you're gonna punch it in on your fucking $250, $100 fucking calculator that you never need, but for that fucking class. Maybe the chemistry class. Literally, expensive ass calculator they had to use for fucking 2 classes. Like, fuck off, man. Fuck with that shit. So here we are doing all the functions. I'm starting to get it. I'm starting to understand. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm kind of understanding the basics. And he's like, well, see the Romans, how they would use these graphs back then to build these. I was like, yo, I couldn't handle it. So I was like, Mr. Bird. I was like, Mr. Bird, you're losing me, man. I was like, you're over here. You're going on this whole fucking thing about how we're getting there to learn how to do this graph so we can, learn this lesson so we can pass the test and get on with the year. And you always do this throughout the entire year. You just cut somewhere right in the middle and you start talking about history and then we lose you. I lose you at least. I don't know about everybody else. Can't speak for them, but I'm losing you. So can we just stick to the math part, please? And he goes, yeah, that's why you're failing in this class. I was like, we had no shit. That's why I failed in this class. I go, last time I was up there at your desk, I realized that more than 60% of this class is failing. How's that for fucking math, right? He's always just mad. I was like, yeah. I know the scores. I know the grades. I've seen them. We're all failing. Shit, don't even give me none of that shit. Don't get me fucking started. So, his eyes, he kind of gives me a dirty look, goes back to the lesson, starts getting it. I'm like, all right, cool, man. I'm getting this shit again. I'm getting this shit. And I see my boy towards the front of the class ticking. He's ticking already. And his ticks are a little bit more pronounced. A little tick, tick, tick. He's just fucking ticking. So he's starting to feel shit. All right. Here we go. And you see the Y, it's one of those fucking math problems that leads to like smaller math problems that leads to a bigger fucking math problem that just gives you an answer like 7. And you're like, alright, you fucking asshole. I gotta go through all this bullshit for 7, right? Whatever. So he gets on this shit about doing the graphs and coming here again, and he literally goes off again. Well, you know, the Greeks and the way they used to fucking do their masonry and stuff, I was like, literally raised my hand up, shot up, I was like, Mr. Bird! He's like, yeah, I was like, you're doing it again. You're doing it again. He's like, well, it's not my fault you can't keep up. I was like, no, I can keep up, but then you go off and talk about the Greeks for 20 minutes, and I'm lost about what you previously said, man. What do you want me to do here? My boy's in the corner over there. Just fucking ticking. Now his whole body's starting to tick. Shoulders ticking, fucking elbows ticking, wrists are ticking. He's all ticking all over the fucking place. Tick, 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 tick. He's literally a ticking fucking time bomb. His Tourettes are ticking fucking time bombs. So he's ticking and ticking. I was alright. He goes, alright. He gives me a dirty look. Everybody in the class is getting, there's a lot of smart kids in the class who are getting a little fucking wound up. They're like, I know my stuff. I'm smarter than you, you fucking retard. Like, I'm good. So, they're chilling. And I know more than half the class is struggling. So we're there. And he starts going again. Well, see, all you gotta do is, take this energy here, whatever, come up and down. And you're gonna get your fucking thing, and And that's how you get this number, right? Cool. Well, Rene Descartes, now he used to do, and I was like, fine. Then my boy is ticking and ticking. His ticks are fucking starting to be under control. He just fucking boom. His shoulders twitching, his neck's turning left to right, back. He's just he's ticking. I was like, raised my hand up again. I was like, Mr. Bird, you're killing me, dog. Like, you're killing me right now. I'm trying to pass. You're fucking killing me. I'm gonna fail. You can't answer. He's like, he gets on along with the lesson again. Gets on along, He's like, to left, to right, and we gotta do this, that, and the other. And he goes, so funny thing about these graphs, the Romans and my boy, with all the fucking might trying to hold this Tourette's down, just fucking fuck the Romans! And I lose my shit. I'm back there almost crying, laughing. And everybody else in that fucking class is shocked. They don't know what the fuck to do. Oh my god. So Mr. Bird flips out. He looks like I fucking just saw a ghost. He's literally jerking his arm like he's got fucking Tourette's, trying to hit the button for the intercom to call the goddamn principal. Finally gets the principal. I'm gonna need an administrator down to the room 247 or whatever the fuck it was back in the day. And funny enough, I would get in trouble every once in a while, and the guy that would make me see is Mr. fucking Kirshner. And I used to love the guy because he was cool as shit. Very reasonable principal. Only time I would ever see him, and he knew it, was when I felt like I was being done wrong by teachers or whoever, right? Like, hey man, this ain't right. Like, you're telling me to do something, and they're kind of being contradicting the shit they're saying, that type of stuff. So I see him, and he sees me, and I'm laughing, and he already knows, like, man, what the fuck just happened? So all it had to do with me. No. Comes and goes, what happened? Well, Mr. Roberts said, fucking Roberts, he's using poker language, and he's fucking And Mr. Kirshner pulls Mr. Bird outside, and he goes, are you out of your fucking mind? He's like, kid's got Tourette's. Do you want a fucking lawsuit on your hands? Are you fucking insane? He's like, you better get that fucking kid back in that class. You better start teaching that shit again. I don't want to hear it. And I was just like, yeah, dude, fuck yeah, son. And I was like, yeah, just literally enjoy, just laughing. I was like, yeah. And I remember as soon as Mr. Bird walked in, you could tell he was very red-faced, very pissed. And I was like, hey, Mr. Bird, he goes, how'd the Romans feel about that?